So moving immediately on, recording SDE release number 2, xPropaganda, The Heart is Strange. Although it's stylized as X, The Heart is Strange, but ignore that X, it's not there. So let's see, this one, you'll see they listened to fan feedback from the first release and they decided to add a stereo track from all releases going forward. If you noticed, the Tears for Fears did not include a stereo track. Since then, every single surround series has had a stereo track and an Atmos. They've sometimes had other things, but those two have always been present. This one was open for pre-order on February 15th of 2022, and it was initially limited to 1,000 copies. Due to additional demand, they added 500 more copies, so there's 1,500 copies of these total. Was release number 2. Did not ship with the slipcover originally. Same as the Tears for Fears. That wasn't until the third title that they realized this was going to be a series, and then they started shipping with the slipcovers. Here we just have a repeating cover on the background. SuperDeluxeEdition.com is where you can buy these. They're not available. They're limited run items only. You'll have to buy it secondhand if you want it. And they aren't very cheap, unfortunately. $4552797, whatever that means. And we have a track list. Oh wait, yeah, that's a track list, never mind. So the Atmos 5.1. See, this time it is a different cover. Fronts are different, and the backs are different. So the slipcover is kind of worth keeping separate. This disc is also upside down. Why are they always upside down? Same track list. Just release information. Looks pretty cool. After the manual. Background, we have one of the singers, I assume. I really don't know anything about xPropaganda other than the fact that Propaganda was a band back in the 80s, like a synthwave or synth-pop band, and I think 2 of the members reformed under the name xPropaganda, you know, like formerly Propaganda, the band formerly known as Propaganda, like Prince. So that's probably one of them. There's a picture of a guy. I don't know who that is. Kind of looks like a younger Christopher Walken. I don't know. So this one actually has a little thing that was written by the guy who mixed this album in surround. Just a little piece about going about it and how exciting and cool it is and stuff like that. You know, the usual kind of marketing stuff. Steven Lipson is his name. So you can read that if you want to. There's a picture of the 2 main ladies. I don't know their names. And then we have this, which is annoying to read, the font, the way everything kind of just runs together. But this is a credits for all the people on this album. For all the drums and other instruments, you know, the usual stuff. And then I thought this was a track list again, but it's not. I don't know what these words are indicating. Is that so strange? And now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking these are lyrics from the album. Possibly lyrics from each of the songs. How many songs are on here? I think it's 10. Is that so strange? That's definitely a lyric from one of the songs. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't figured that one out. High fidelity pure audio. I just want to take a second to point that out. This is kind of a continuation. This was a previous audio format. The audio format was called High Fidelity Pure Audio. Worst format name ever. Like, seriously. Everybody always just called them Blu-ray audios. They don't really make them anymore, but these releases have kind of resurrected that lineup, and they've been using the name. Personally, I wish they would just not. This is such a bad name. There we go. That's xPropaganda. This album is amazing, by the way, in terms of sound mix and just fidelity and everything. Another one that I never would have heard of if not for the Surround series. Probably never would have given it a chance even if I had heard of it. But since I own it, I've listened to it quite a few times, and it is some good stuff, I gotta say. I'm not really a reviewer, so I'm not really going to speak too much on that, but yeah, this one's worth owning for sure.